Welcome back to Cruising Sanctuary and the finale of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Or at least the main scenario for this patch. Last episode we talked to Istinian, Y'shtola, and Graha, and they said everything they wanted to say. But unfortunately, because of the time, we weren't able to get through everyone, so hopefully we'll get through the last 5 peeps today. Let's start with everyone's favorite original man whore turned daddy, Thancred. Ah, our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours. And the rest of you, for that matter. On the mend, I trust. I'm doing alright. Glad to hear it. You're in a bad way, and healing magics or no, I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. Then again, 'tis hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Meteon defeated, her Song of Oblivion cut short, the Source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost. But you held fast. Now Reen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. Yeah. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as aimless wandering. We've a purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the Scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to problems that go unattended by nations. We'll do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her I'm faring well and leave it at that, eh? No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long. But when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, thence to return when our work was done? On the day the Scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged. But never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Chris. I have a question for you. And imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? It's the best decision I've ever made. I can honestly say the same. But all good things must come to an end. At least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running. And you'll likely get a certain funny-talking fortune-teller into the bargain. Glad to hear. Speaking of that funny-talking fortune-teller, we might as well talk to Urianger next. Chris, thou hast spoken with our comrades? Though this parting be not for evermore, 'tis nonetheless occasion for sorrow, akin to a pixie's path. The navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loperids embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Betheris. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, A cadre of loperids hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Heidelin, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star. And 'tis Venat's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Well, that's good. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, which most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, I wish most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance, and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Acquaintance? I'd call it friendship. I did not wish to presume. Aye, I would be honored should they consider me a friend, for it is certainly true that I have grown fond of their company. But I shall digress no further. This day shall belong to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, to mine incomparable companions. Ofttimes hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet, here amongst you I still stand. No amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus indeed do I proffer my humble support. Be it unto the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder across stormy seas, I shall answer thy summons. I gotta chat with some of these guys really quick. Alright, let's talk to Alice A.
Chris! Seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you haven't heard, we've received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in the lands surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north, in Garlemald and the frozen lands beyond. We also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was an area in the northern Empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Sharlayan too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capabilities of each nation to handle on their own. The Scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course. As individuals, no more of this order business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Alphino. They were among the worst affected, and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. That'll curse my weakness. My inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can, for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, Like when you activated the teleporter without warning.
Oh, come on, you're gonna hold that against me?
And should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere, trying my very best.
I look forward to hearing all about the legendary Alice Leveilleur.
Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said, the next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me.
Cute. I didn't get to talk with any of the other peeps, but, you know, trying to get through the story is a pain. Alright. Let's start with Kryl right quick.
Oh, Chris. How are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Sharlayan, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that, if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause. And so, I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state you were found in, it could have ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express the remorse I feel.
It worked out. You did the right thing.
It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the Forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must, and will, do better. And I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Baldesion. Through our work, Sharlayan will strengthen its ties with other nations, that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest help in Raha and Ojika, and our other remaining members. Together, we'll continue Grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. In such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel allure for the task itself.
You know I'm ready and able.
Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade.
Alright, last but not least...
Oh, Chris, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been, tending the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made him worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Sharlayan. Both Alice and I are off to assist with Golemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will rejoin those members of the Ilsabard contingent still stationed there.
Lucia and Maxima helm the relief effort, with support from our allies, the people of Garlemald among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. Lest you understand, we do not seek redemption for failing Licinia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that, whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the contingent, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts, that we might better help them to begin anew. I'll visit when I can. By all means. Full glad would I be for your visit, and I believe I speak for Alice as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me, in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing and will continue to do so. Yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you, in good times and bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. You got it, Alphino. Thank you, Chris, from the bottom of my heart. Alright. Time to chat with none other than little Miss Tataru.
Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off.
Well, might as well.
With your permission, then. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet. Be well.
All right. Everyone going on their merry ways.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who would be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
Of course.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Sharlayan before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Okay.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Rads at Han, will you not?
Of course.
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge his plans.
Oh, you mean me?
Quite right.
Indeed. Fair point.
So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
I don't know yet. But it is a vast universe out there. And with that, the main scenario of Yet stand tall, my friend. Our journey will never end. And with that, we finally finish Final Fantasy... Oh, hold up. Wait, what are we doing in Elpis? Or what? Let me rephrase that. What's going on in Elpis?
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal.
Huh?
And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as he foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium.
Well.
Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
Well, alluding to the newest 8-man raid Pandemonium, of course we're gonna do it. In the next numbered episode. You have completed the main scenario quest, Endwalker. Quests to unlock new content have now become available in Old Sharlayan. Additionally, you may now enter the Dead Souls with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu. Rest well, champion of Aetheris, for many and more adventures await you. And with it, we've unlocked the achievement that its chorus might ring for all, unlocked the Endwalker trophy for PS5. Hey, lightning's here. And we got some new stuff in our inventory. First up, the wind-up Herois, the Endwalker Footfalls Orchestrion roll, the Flow Orchestrion roll, and we now have our own Argos horn. Doggy! Arya's squeeing right now.
He's so cute and fluffy.
We can't hear you.
He's so cute and fluffy.
Yep. Alright, what about this minion?
It's the chick at the end.
Oh, it's a wind-up Vana minion. Yeah, that was Vana. This is Vana. You know how I know? The braid. Lightning, nope, I don't want to withdraw. But yeah, I can tell from the braid. Anywhoozy. With that being said, that concludes Endwalker for now. There's a lot more content to cover, but for right now, that's it for this episode. Thank you to Arya Stormborn, Minerva Weatherbane, and Baron Boop Boop. And thank you to the other people who joined us in this in this entire journey. Tenma Sabeda, Asuna Deathbringer, Hyacinth, Lady Rose. Thank you all, because it wouldn't be Lord Fyrax, Corlash. My god, there's so many people to list off just for joining us on this adventure. But for right now, that's going to be it for this episode of Kruznik's Sanctuary. I'm just gonna pop in here, even though it's probably empty and dark. Yep, it's just Tataru here.
Just Tataru.
Yeah. Such a shame. I know. But with that being said, that's going to be it for this episode of Kruznik's Sanctuary. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching on Twitch or live on PlayStation, and you like this show, click the follow button, turn on notifications so you're well informed, and if you're feeling generous, throw some bits our way, or subscribe for access to exclusive videos and live streams. If you're watching on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe by clicking here and click the bell icon for notifications. Click here to watch more, click here to watch the previous episode, and click here to watch the next one when it comes out. We'll see you next time.